All right, good day everyone, and welcome to today's training. Today I'll be showing us a highly profitable strategy using supply and demand zones. I believe we have gone through the videos of the previous training because this is where we're going to apply what we've learned. We're going to be following the trend. We'll be using the trend to trade. So I'll be applying the concept of market structure. So if you don't understand the structure of the market, it will be difficult for you to use this strategy. So it's very important, if you have not gone through the first set of videos, to go through them so that you have a proper understanding of what we are going to be talking about today. So don't just jump into starting trading with this strategy. Go back,
Hey, hey, hey,
go
shh,
back,
don't talk, beg.
go through the videos. Then from the beginning, before you start using the strategy, it will be more clearer for you, understand better if you do that. So first of all, if you are new and you have problem with the trend, swing highs and swing low, lower highs and lower lows, then higher highs and higher lows, I have um, I have a I have an indicator here that can help you as well. Let me just quickly add it so that you will not be confused when you are alone trying to trade this by yourself. Yeah, this one. So this can help you. You can add it, but to only the 1 hour time frame. So we're going to be trading with the 1 hour and 5 minutes. So if you will do analysis on the 1 hour, then take our entry on the 5 minutes. Then if you choose to use 4 hours, you will be using 15 minutes for your entry. So anyone that suits you is what you are going to use. But I'll be doing the training on the 1 hour and 5 minutes time frame. So as you can see, these are swing highs and swing lows where you have these arrows. So if it is difficult for you to identify them, with this indicator, you'll be able to know. So this is swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. So at this point, you are not going to buy. Even to this point, you are not going to buy. The only thing you'll be doing is to sell because this is a downtrend. We're having series of lower highs and lower lows. So you are going to sell. Then if it is, when you see it on an uptrend, you focus on buying alone. Even at this point now, it seems market has changed structure here. So the next thing, another indicator we're going to add to the 1 hour time frame is the supply and demand zone indicator. So the one I'm using is this one, SubDem version 2, supply demand version. So this is the name of the indicator. So you'll get it, you will see it in the Telegram group, then you can download it. So the only thing you're going to do, leave the time frame to be 0 since the time frame has been set already. Then I would like to remove this edge price, change it to false. I want my chart to be as plain as possible. Then I don't want any alert on, so turn the alert off. Then pop up, choose false. So I'm going to use a blue color. So for the color supply strong, you are going to use this blue. Then leave this one the way it is. It's not going to affect anything. Then the retouch, use this. You are going to use deep sky blue. Although you can choose any of your colors, any color you choose. Then come to color demand strong. Change it to blue as well. Both are going to be the same, blue. Then for the color demand retouch, change it to this one, this sky blue. Then you click
Mm.
OK. This is what you are going to see in your chart. So this is, I am not going to be using this indicator, but you can leave it so that you'll be able to know the direction of the trend. Then you come to the, okay, let me just deal with only one. So for the 1 hour time frame, we are done. We only need the supply and demand zone indicator. That is the only thing we need. Then for the 5 minutes time frame, come to the 5 minutes time frame, you are also going to add the supply and demand zone indicator. The setting is the same. So you are going to, the only thing you are going to change here is we want to remove the draw edge price, change it to false. Then you remove the alert on false. We don't want any pop-up alarm, false. Then the color, you are using blue. Then for the retouch, you are using deep sky blue. For color demand strong, the same blue. And for the retouch, you are going to use deep sky blue. Then you click OK. The retouch, I don't want the retouch to draw. I don't want it this way. So I'm going to do another setting on that. So the retouch, we don't want it to draw a solid retouch, false, solid zone, true, recolor retouch, true, recolor width retouch, zone strength, no width zone, draw edge, zone width, zone fib. There's something I don't want, that solid retouch, false. Okay, let's change this solid retouch. I don't want the retouch to be without feel. Let me change it to true and see what happens. Okay, exactly. That is it. That is what I want. So I just want a color of the retouch, different color, a light color, but not to be solid. So please take note of that setting. So once you are done with this, come to this arrange windows as non-overlapping tiles. Click on it. This is what you are going to have in your chart. So this is the 1 hour. This is the 5 minutes. And then I would like you to install this symbol changer indicator. The setting I have here for both of them is this symbol changer profit display. So I manually selected my pairs. I choose the pairs I want to trade with. So it's not all. Then I use my hand to type them in here. The only thing you are going to change here is so that they can accommodate this area is number of pairs and time frame button in a horizontal row. You are going to change this to 15. That will be 15. Here, width of the button, make it 38. Height of the button, make it 15. Then the font size, make it 6. Then you click OK. So that is what we have here. So that all of them, these are the pairs I'm trading on. Then I don't want this. I don't want this solid retouch. I want it to be plain. So I'm going to edit that now. Supply demand, um, solid retouch, true. I want it solid, true. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is it. Now, how do you trade this strategy? Now that if you look at it, we're having um, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs. Then here we have a lower high, then lower lows. That means this is a downtrend. So you are going to look for where you have a supply zone among these ones. Let me change to a pair that has it. Okay, let's use gold. All right. So now look at gold. We have the lower high, lower low, lower low. This lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower, just like that. So you can see that this is a downtrend. How do you take this trade? Once you identify this that this is a downtrend, all you have to do is once a supply zone is drawn, let's use this one. This is a supply zone for today. Once you see a supply zone of the 1 hour time frame, okay, something else I need to add. Sorry, there's another thing I need to add. To the 5 minutes time frame, please add the 200 moving average. 200, period 200, shift is 0, MA method exponential. Then change this to midnight blue. Apply to close, then okay it. Good. Now, once I see this and price trade away from it, I will wait for price to go back to retest it. So during the retest, once I see price going to retest it, once price has traded into it for the retest, I will go to my 5 minutes time frame. Let me check to know the exact time. So at this point, that price went to retest it. Oh, this is still okay. So this is it. At this point of the retest, look at it here. You can see that too on the 5 minutes time frame. This level. So this is the area where price went to retest the 1 hour supply zone. I will wait for a new supply zone to form on the 5 minutes time frame. As soon as I see a new supply zone form and price trade away from it, I will keep waiting and mark my previous low. This is a previous swing low before this peak formation. Before we had this level, this is the swing low. So I'll wait for it to be broken. So market structure, that is BMS, breaking market structure. As soon as the structure is broken, I will wait for price to come back to retest this supply zone. The same thing that happened in the 1 hour time frame. Price created a supply zone, traded away from it, came back to retest it. I will wait for that same thing to happen in the 5 minutes time frame. Price should trade away from it, breaking structure, market structure, then come back to retest it. As soon as it retests it, as soon as price hits the zone, I will take my entry. So you are taking your entry here. You are taking your entry here. Then you place your stop loss just here. Then your take profit is going to be where price return moved from to come and retest that area. So your take profit will be just use the height of the last bearish candle in that area, in this area. Market will still get to this point, but just for protection, use the beginning of the last bearish candle. So for me, if I'm taking this trade, one take profit will be here. My first take profit will be on this lower low. So that as price is coming, it will hit my first take profit. I protect my entry, then I wait for the second profit, take profit to hit. So hopefully I'm expecting, this is gold, I'm expecting this market to move down to this level. This market has moved. Don't rush into taking it. This is your entry point. Once you have missed this point, I will show you how you can take the trade again. So what is
every single profitable price action trader that I know, including myself, understands the concept of support and resistance. It is something that's impossible to live without if you plan to be a successful trader.
Please, who is this HL? Who is having, is it HL or HI? Please, can you identify yourself? Okay, I've muted the person. Sorry about that. So see your entry here. Your stop loss, how many pips? 17 pips. Your first day profit is 53 pips. It's almost hitting the first day profit. Had it been I was here when this thing happened, I would have taken this trade. Then this is your take profit. Take profit, first take profit now. How much is it giving you? It's giving you 54 pips. And your second take profit is going to give you 124 pips. It's just as simple as that. You must identify the trend. You must know the trend. This is a downtrend. And when you see a supply zone, then come back and wait for the supply zone to be retested. On the retest of that supply zone, that is when you come out on the 5 minutes time frame and wait for a new supply zone to be created on the retest of the 1 hour supply zone. Then wait for price to break market structure when trading out of that supply zone. Then wait for a repeat of the retest of that 5 minutes supply zone. That is when you take your entry at this point. Then market will run down for you. I hope that is clear. Now, in a situation like this, there are some times where market will not go and retest the zone, the supply zone in the 1 hour before moving down. Let's take, for example, this one. Look at this one that happened here. This is on the 21st of January. I also scroll backward on the 5 minutes time, the 5 minutes time frame, 21st of January. So this is 21st of January. Now, if you look at this one, you see that market was going, it was on uptrend. So you'll be thinking of buying when this supply zone will come up. So at this point, you are not going to sell because on your overall trend is an uptrend. So what are you going to do? Once this supply zone has been created, allow price to trade away. You are going to wait for another supply zone to be created under this first supply zone. This will not give you the confidence that you can take the trade. So on the creation of this supply zone, the second one, you are not going to wait for a retest of it. Sometimes it will go and retest, sometimes it will not retest. Once you have this already, market has traded below and gone up, create another supply zone. Let me check out. So this is the night breaking 22nd, which is here. So on the creation of this supply zone that we have here, on the creation of this zone, in the 5 minutes time frame, another supply zone was also created, which is this one. So what are you going to do? Since it is not a retest of this one that happened here, the way you take this entry is the zone. Once it is created, you're not going to enter the trade here. Allow this zone to be retested. It could be retested or it could not be retested. Once it is retested, allow price to trade below the 200 moving average before you take the trade. You are not certain yet that this market is going to change to the downside. So you are going to wait for it. After the retest, let price trade below the 200 moving average. As price trade below the 200 moving average, you take your sell from here and use this place as your stop loss. This 5 minute stop loss, the stop loss will be small. Wait for a retest of this zone and price trade below the 200 moving average. Then you sell. But if there is no retest of this zone, If there's no retest of this zone, if the zone was created and there was no retest, what do? You wait until a new supply zone is created under the 200 moving average. If not, don't take the trade. So had it been here it was only a supply zone without a retest, you wait for a zone to be created under the 200 supply zone before you take the trade. I think I will get to a pair that has that. For example, something like this. No, had it been something this one, there was no retest of this one. So now you wait until a new zone is created under the 200, like the way it created here. Then you take yourself from here. Your stop loss above the zone. Then you can see the trade, it went down. That is how you to trade this type. But at this point now, you have now seen that market has changed direction to the downside. So once you see a zone marked, wait for the retest of that zone. Like this one, the way this zone is marked now, you wait for the retest. On the way to retest this zone, price decided to create another zone here. So you are going to find a way to take. How do you take this one now? This one that was created is this one happened on the 26th of January, which is here. So early hours of the day, the zone was created. And look at the 5 minute zone that was created, a new zone when that one was created. So look at this one, there was no retest. So as price trade below here, you are not going to take the trade here. You are going to wait for another supply zone to be created below the 200 moving average. But what happened? Price traded up again and create a new zone, which is this one. You wait for price to retest it and come below the 200. Price could not retest it, but created another zone here. So on this one, you can take this trade with this one. The only reason why you should take this trade is when a candle trade from the zone and cross the 200 and close directly below it. A candle trades from the zone and close below the 200, one single candle. On this one, you can take this entry here. If not, you should wait for a zone that will be marked below the 200 moving average. Then you take your entry. You'll be tempted a lot of times you will see some good move that will be tempt you to take trade. Please avoid them. So that is how you take this trade. Those in the mentorship class at the VIP group, I'll take my time step by all of these ones that are packing together. I will not explain the whole of this to them at the same time. I will have to take it step by step. But just if you watch this video again and again and you keep studying what I'm showing you now, you'll be able to use it to trade and make good profits. So that is how you trade it. It's the same thing with the for a buy. We took a trade today on USD CAD. USD CAD was a buy. Look at it here. So this is USD CAD. So if you look at this place, you see that market was in an uptrend and this zone was created. So price traded away from it, which is this one in the 5 minutes time frame. Price traded away from it, where we were now waiting for price to come back to retest it. On his way back, he decided to create another demand zone here, and price traded away from it. On the creation of this demand zone, you are not going to wait for a retest, although this one retested. So when that zone was created, which is this point here, you can see the point in the 5 minutes time frame, that point. So this is a place. This is it. This was when the zone was created. So on the creation of this zone, once you see this created and a 5 minute zone was created above the 200 moving average. If you look at it, it's just kind of on it. So price is above the 200 moving average. You can take this entry. So I didn't see this on time, although I was not using this strategy to trade the USD CAD buy that I called that I posted on the group was not with this strategy anyway, it was with another strategy. So I didn't see this on time. When I got this, when I saw this was when, where was price at that point? I think here, yes, when I saw this price has moved to this level. Yeah, price has moved to this level. This is when I saw it. So I posted it on the group that price has moved a bit on the USD card, but we can still buy it. Let's buy. So this is where we bought that, we took that trade. And what happened? Price decided to come back to retest the zone. So on the retest of this zone, you could have entered another buy here, but I left it. Price came back, and this trade, price got to this level, and it was, price was showing minus 15 pips or so before it finally moved, and that was how it continued up. Our first take profit was here. We took the trade here. Our first take profit was here. Second take profit was somewhere here, and that was how price went up, got to this level, and came back down to this area. So that is how you trade it. I think I have, let me check for this now. Okay, yeah. So no, this is for, okay, this is another one, AUDJPY. Look at AUDJPY. As you can see, this is a downtrend. So price came back to retest this zone. It's a downtrend. So as price came back to retest this zone, this was formed on the 5 minutes time frame. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for price to trade out of it and go back a step before you take an entry. But price back to retest. It came here. So on this one, this was his 5 minute zone that was created. We have to wait for price to come and retest it before we take it. But price did not go back there until here. Price created a new zone here, retested it. We are not going to take our entry here. This is where we are supposed to take entry above the 200 moving average. But price, we wait for price to close below. So at this point, we would have taken an entry. But I saw this trade when price has already gone to this level here. So after this zone was created, that's okay, fine. This is a zone created below the 200 moving average. I took the entry here and see the result. Sorry, my system is hanging. So that was AUDJPY, and this is the result. So first take profit was somewhere here. It hit our first take profit before it came back to hit our second take profit at 4. The second take profit gave us 40 pips. Yeah. Yeah, look at it. This is the second take profit, 40 pips. Then this AUD card, USD card. See, USD card gave up to over this, the combination of two trades, 21, over up to 15 pips each of the two entries that I took before it decided to reverse back. And when it reversed back, it gave us, at this point, it was giving 21 pips. And it just hit the two take profits and went up. So the strategy is quite simple and very highly profitable. Please, you must understand the trend before you take your entries. All right, so that is it on this strategy. Watch the videos again and again. Please, one way you will be able to encourage me to do more free videos and give more free strategies for you to go to the YouTube channel, watch this video, like and comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can share the videos as well, then as well as invite your friends to join the group as well. They are going to learn a lot. I believe you have added something to your knowledge from this training as well. So practice it with a small account balance. Just practice it with small account balance. Use 0.01 to practice this strategy until you are very good at it before you increase your lot size in trading this strategy. It will be profitable. So at this point now, you are not going to struggle yourself to start taking trade here. You are taking your analysis from here, not here. Once you see all these ones, please avoid taking trade. Make sure you stick to what I just explained to you, and you will be profitable. So thank you for joining this training.